Jake has the last episode. He had one of the best life hacks ever.
I bet.
We've had 144 episodes so far, 445, and his life hacks was top
my
three
God.
for sure.
Wow, that is-
See, that's why I felt so much pressure because John told me you told him that
Yeah, no
I have
wonder.
to top the last one.
Oh, no wonder.
If you can, no problem.
So, but anyways, yeah, the back scratcher one, right, about the humble, grateful kind, right? But so I thought I'd just share something. This was actually because it kind of ties into the humble, grateful kind philosophy, and kind of but I'm a few years ago I got to speak at this conference, and I met and there was a speaker there that was really inspiring. His name is Simon Sinek.
Yeah, I
And
know.
he shared this story. So I just kind of wrote it so that but this is not from me, but it's something that I had heard him share that really spoke to me, and this was like this was like almost 15 years ago, or maybe even more. But so he tells this story in Simon's words. There was a former Undersecretary of Defense who was invited to give a speech at large. And he was invited to give a speech at a large conference. Have you heard this
I
one?
never heard of this.
So he's invited to give a speech at this large conference for about 1,000 people. And he was standing on the stage with his cup of coffee in a styrofoam cup. And he took a sip of his coffee and he smiled and he looked down at the coffee, and then he went off script and he said, "Last year, I spoke at this exact same conference. But last year, I was still the undersecretary. And when I spoke here, they flew me out business class. When I arrived at the airport, there was somebody waiting for me to take me to my hotel. They had already checked me in, and they took me straight up to my room. And the next morning, I came downstairs, and there was someone waiting in the lobby to greet me. And they drove me to the same venue and handed me a cup of coffee in a beautiful ceramic cup." He then says, "I'm no longer the undersecretary. I flew here coach. I took a taxi to my hotel. I checked myself in. When I came down to the lobby this morning, I took another taxi to the same venue. And when I asked someone, 'Do you have any coffee?' they pointed to the coffee machine in the corner. And I poured myself a cup of coffee into this styrofoam cup." He says the lesson is the ceramic cup was never meant for me. It was meant for the position I held, because I deserve a styrofoam cup. As you gain fame, as you gain fortune, as you gain position and seniority, people will treat you better. They'll treat you different. They will hold doors open for you. They will get you a cup of coffee without you even asking. So just remember, none of that stuff is meant for you. This stuff is meant for the position you hold. It is meant for the position of success that you have achieved as a leader, or whatever you want to call it. But you will always deserve a styrofoam cup. Remember that lesson of humility and gratitude. You can accept all the benefits and all the perks as long as you remember to accept them with kindness, because they are not meant for you. They are meant for the position you hold, and you will always deserve the styrofoam cup. So I always thought that was,
Ah,
That was
know,
awesome.
that's our
That
president
always-
of the student government right
There
there.
we go. There we go. Kaimuki High. Represent.
so that always really stuck with me.
Wow, that was okay. Well, you topped your first life. There we go.
But that was in the words of Simon Sinek. He,
Awesome.
when he
I like
that
his
really
stuff.
moved me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Totally. Mahalo for sharing that.